Hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Demo Ken Griffey Jr.'s Winning Run baseball game for the Super Nintendo. Actually, the second baseball game in the Ken Griffey Jr. series, coming after Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball. This game's pretty fun. Actually made by Rare just after Donkey Kong Country, so you can see a lot of similarities in the rendering. Definitely one of the later Super Nintendo games. You can tell by the graphics. But really fun baseball game. Even by today's standards, it's still probably more fun than a lot of the other baseball games out there. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what we have going on. There's actually quite a few different ways to play. Even though the core baseball game is the same, there's different things that you can do. Major League Baseball Challenge is where you take one team and you play all the other teams in Major League Baseball one after the other, and try to. It's kind of like a tournament mode. It looks when you start it up, it looks like Mortal Kombat did. If you remember, if you've ever played any of the old school Mortal Kombat games where they had like a tower of fighters that you fought, it kind of looks the same as that. And you go one at a time in order from worst team to best. And yeah, that's a pretty fun challenge. World Series, you get to take any two teams you want to the World Series and pit them against each other. So you could do any combination of teams you want. You could do Yankees at Mets. You could do White Sox and Cubs. I personally like to do Giants and A's because I'm a Bay Area guy. The Giants are my team, but I like the A's too. The All-Star Game, you have a couple different options. You can play the actual All-Star Game, where they take several of the best players from each team and pit them against each other for each league, National League and American League. And the Home Run Derby, of course, it takes 8 of the top home run hitters in the game, and you compete to see who can hit the most home runs within 10 outs. And finally, the Major League Baseball League. You can play through a short season, medium season, or full season. Now, if you're able to play through all 162 games, you can actually unlock a couple of things. Now, at the time this game was made, there were only 28 teams in the league. The Arizona Diamondbacks and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays had only just been added. I don't even think at the time they were playing. So the Rockies and the Marlins were in there, but the Diamondbacks and the Devil Rays were not. But if you beat the full season, if you went through all 162 games, you would unlock the Devil Rays and Diamondbacks, and you could play as them. I never had the patience to do all that. Yeah, let's just go. I don't mind erasing that file. So you can choose from any of the 28 teams in Major League Baseball, in the American League or the National League. Of course, the Mariners are positioned as the best team in this game because they had Ken Griffey Jr. and it kind of made sense because Nintendo of America was located in Seattle, or not Seattle, but close to Seattle. However, I'm going to pick the Giants. You can pick up to 8 teams if you like, but that's just crazy. So we go ahead and we can play ball right away, but let's go ahead and check some of these other things. you can always choose to look at the standings, see where you're at, see where all the teams are at as you progress through the game. Major League Baseball update gives you a few different options. You can check who is leading the league in batting, in hits, doubles, home runs, whatever. Same with pitching, you can see that. You can choose to look at the rosters of each team, and it'll tell you a lot of information about each one, where they play, how many World Series and division wins and league wins they've got, their best player, their best pitcher, all this. Just, you can really scout the teams ahead of time. The schedule, if you want to know what's coming up, we can see our first game is going to be against the Braves in Atlanta. Then we have a day off, and then again against the Braves. Let's see how many games we're going to play against the Braves. Three game series against the Braves, and then we're off to Florida to face the Marlins. We're not gonna play a full series. Maybe one game, but I don't know about a full series. That's a bit much. In the the player teams option, you can choose to mess with your lineup or your bullpen. If you want to move a player, you can do that. You can check out who your next opponent is going to be. We already know it's the Braves, but this is a quick way to scout them and see who's pitching, see what the batters are doing, all that. One of my favorite things to do, and this is for any sports game, you can actually trade players. Now, the only caveat to that is you cannot trade for Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. is the only player in the game that is stuck with his team. He has to be a Mariner. There's nothing you can do about it. But you can trade anybody else if you want. And you'll notice that a lot of these names probably don't sound too familiar. Well, that's because since Nintendo did not have Major League Baseball Players Association license tagged along with this game, they couldn't use any of the players' names except for Ken Griffey Jr. because Ken Griffey Jr. said it was okay. So every baseball player has their name changed. And they could have done it in a boring way, but I like a lot of the name changes they had, like Muscles McPhee and Bull Higgins. I just find them to be pretty funny. And you can kind of finagle your trades a little bit to improve your team. Let's see if we can get someone for Joe Black here. I don't even know. Let's see who's on the A's. Not the age. Obviously, it's going to be fair. It's not going to let me trade a guy who's valued at 25 with a guy who's valued at 37. I'm not entirely sure what the limit is. I think it might be within 3 or 5 points of whoever you're trying to trade. I don't know. Is there anybody I'm going to be able to trade for? I'm trying to... Nope, I don't think so. Well, that's okay. At least you get the idea. Alright. And finally, the options. You can change gameplay, number of 9 innings. I'm just going to set it to 3 so that we're not here forever. Messages. Designated hitter. If you're playing with an American League team, you can have the designated hitter option, or you can make the pitcher hit. Why you'd want to do that, I don't know. Auto fielding, I'm just going to turn on. Obviously, that's going to help when the other teams hit. And there you go. So let's go ahead and just start a game. Let's do this. And of course, it's going to sim all the other games. So you see the White Sox beat the Mariners, the Padres beat the Cubs, the Expos beat the Reds, and the Astros beat the Dodgers. Glad for that. Sorry, I'm a Giants fan. What do you want from me? And here we go, San Francisco at Atlanta. All right, play ball. You gotta be quiet during the anthem. Nope. All right, so pretty simple. You press the B button to swing the bat. I'm not entirely sure if the other buttons do any. Oh, Y is for bunting, which I never do, because who bunts really? Only in like certain situations. Oh gosh. Why did I swing at that? Because I swing at everything. That's my problem. Is I swing at every pitch. He's gonna catch that, but that's okay. The X button, I believe, also works with the base running. Oh gosh, why are my players running? Go 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 go. Go, 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 go. Oh, but I got my player to third base. That's okay. It's been a while since I played this, so yeah. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be a ball. Fly ball. You're out. Oh, we didn't score any runs, but that's okay. So now we're pitching. You control which pitch you use by holding one of the directional buttons and pressing the B button. So by pressing down and B, I threw a fastball. By pressing left, I threw a curveball. You're out. I forget what the other two directions do. I think up is for your specialty pitch, whatever that player's specialty pitch. Oh gosh. For fielding, I think if you press X button, you throw a really hard throw that might miss every now and again. If you press the B button, it throws just a regular throw. You're out. So as you can see, I pressed the X button and my second baseman was off the bag. It wasn't very accurate. Whoop. Fly ball. You're out. There we go. And he caught it. So now we've got Herb Milton versus Mike Marksman. You can kind of tell by the names which guys are the major players and which guys are just, you know, the regular everyday lineup players. So Mike Marksman is obviously one of the better pitchers in the game. Like Muscles McPhee is one of the power hitters. Usually fast guys will have a name that sounds fast. That was a terrible. Why did I do that? Chuck Mosley. So yeah, part of the fun is just kind of finding these players that you want and working the system so you can get better players on your team. But I'm usually not that patient. Okay. Stevie Swift. So again, this guy is probably a fast player. Oh, that was silly. Oh, I almost hit him too. Catch that ball. There you go. Well, not much to this. one of the great things about this game is it actually has codes. Oh gosh, actually has codes that you can input during the game that make it so, you know, you can slow down base runners. You can have like super pitches. You can make it so anybody that's in the home run derby instantly hits a home run. And your double play. All right. That was pretty cool. All right, so top of the third. Again, I only set this to 3 innings because these games can get kind of long. And again, I swing at pretty much everything, which is don't do that. Just don't do that. Oh, I was hoping that might sneak by him, but it didn't. Sandy Falcon. So yeah, so like his name is Falcon, so he's probably a fast player. Oh my gosh. You're out. John Tatum. Woo! All right, he got a hit. Let's see if Muscles McPhee can bring him home. Let's go, Muscles. Of course, Muscles McPhee is the game's interpretation of Barry Bonds, and that didn't do anything. I forget who Mike Marksman was supposed to be at the time. Whoops. That's no good. What? Okay, really? I press the button to throw, and he starts running around. That's fine. Whatever. Oh, he's bunting. What is that? Advance that base runner. It is the bottom of the third, and there's only 3 innings in this game. Fly ball. All right. You're out. 2 outs, and we just got to get Moose McFly out of here. Come on. There we go. So now we're going to extra innings, technically. Come on. Why? You're out. Do. Gotta keep doing this. Oop. Again. Okay. I tell you what. After this inning is over, we'll just call it an episode, because this is getting a little long. But yeah, if you're looking for a good baseball game on the Super Nintendo, you can't get any better than this. Even though there's no real baseball players except for Ken Griffey, it's still, in my opinion, head and shoulders above any other baseball game I've played on the Super Nintendo. And it outdoes many of the current baseball games too, at least in terms of fun. Obviously, newer baseball games are going to have more options and stuff like that. But this has a charm to it. It's got a certain charm. It's kind of more of a wacky, fun kind of interpretation of baseball. Whoops! I held left a little too much. Ah, you and your balls. Ah, that was funny. And you're out. You're out. All right, one more batter, and then we'll call it. Fly ball. You're out. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. All right, so this has been Let's Demo Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run for the Super Nintendo. Again, pretty fun baseball game for the Super Nintendo. I'm not sure how much it goes for on eBay or Amazon or whatever. I got mine when it came out, pretty much when I was a kid. But yeah, it's worth looking into, worth picking up, giving it a shot if you're looking for a Super Nintendo baseball game. A lot of options for a game from this era. A lot of fun. So check it out. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you for the next one.